Kietzman's here to wrap up the week on KCMO. Uncanceled is just over 10 minutes away. Good morning, my man. How are you?
Hey, Pete. How are you, buddy? Good week, man. Today's been amazing.
Well, I appreciate that.
Well, you had the governor on talking about Missouri and the teams, and you had the House Speaker in Kansas on talking about Kansas and the teams. And it sounds like we're going to have to split these teams in half because they're both going to have stadiums on both sides. We're going to have 4 new facilities. They're each going to have facilities on each state line because everybody's convinced they've got them.
That would be the most politician move ever. 4 games in Kansas for the Chiefs, 4 in Missouri.
Hey, here's a footnote. When I was a kid, the Kansas City Kings were the Kansas City Omaha Kings.
Yep.
Because they played games in Omaha, too.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So,
well, how many, John? 10 a year?
Yeah, at least when they moved from Cincinnati, they didn't have all the space and dates at Municipal Auditorium, so they split them up for about 2 or maybe 3 years.
Yeah. That's the jersey you want, not the one that says Kansas City. You want the one that says Kansas City, Omaha.
Are those jerseys out there on eBay or something?
I haven't seen one in a long time, but I'll bet you can find it.
You a jersey guy?
No.
Okay.
I'm a grown man, Pete.
I don't wear. I told you last year when I bought the Butker jersey, that was the first jersey I bought since I was a kid.
I might do that. Oh, no, I'll buy one. I've got some framed. Is that what you mean, or are you talking about going to the game?
Like have a jersey on. Like
I don't really do jerseys.
Yeah, I don't either until I got the Butker jersey.
I would probably do that.
Yeah.
But maybe not to a Chiefs game. I'd wear it to some other, like, if you had a Red Friday tailgate or something, a party, maybe, or somebody's house, maybe I'd wear it there.
Yeah. No. Well, hey, by the way, your extraordinary producer here, you haven't been here for a football season. He wears a jersey like every day during football season.
I saw a few.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, the Chiefs play 8 months out of the year. So I was here in December and January, and they played into February.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I've seen it.
Mark's gonna. How many jerseys you got, Mark?
Right now I only have a Kelsey and a Mahomes.
Oh, that's it.
So yeah.
Okay.
Of current players, you don't keep your old ones?
I outgrow them.
I outgrow
them
them.
when I was a kid.
I was gonna say which way?
Just
sideways?
Yeah, I mean I had a Christian Okoye that kind of dates.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does a little bit.
I'm not kidding you. I saw a Tamarick Vanover last year at Arrowhead.
Did you?
I did. It's so, and the more fun than that is going on the road. When you go on the road, there are people that have moved there and they've lived there a long time, and they brought one Chiefs jersey with them when they moved. Like, I remember being in San Diego several years ago before they made their move, and I'm trying to think who it was that they had. Who did we had 2 names of somebody. Oh, it was Dawson. They had a Lake Dawson jersey on, not a Len Dawson jersey. They had moved out there. He's wearing his Lake Dawson jersey at a Chiefs-Chargers game. I'm like, oh, God. He moved with one jersey, and he probably got that draft year. Right?
Isn't it amazing now? I mean, especially when you've seen and been through the dark times, you watch these Chiefs road games, and, I mean, the way that this team travels now, and whether it's just fans who are now fans because of Mahomes, like my wife's sister works with a guy. They're both probably 30 years old. He's a kid that grew up in Long Island, New York. He is like the biggest Chiefs fan ever. I don't know him at all.
Right.
But she's like, he is dying to come out here and come to a game, and he's this Mahomes. It's like Michael Jordan-esque with the Bulls. I was a Bulls guy in the 90s, not because I cared about the Bulls, but I was, 5 to 10 years old, and Michael Jordan was the guy.
Yeah. I haven't looked today, but a couple hours after the draft, or not the draft, the schedule release on Wednesday night, like 9 o'clock Wednesday night, the highest regular season ticket prices, aftermarket prices, were the Chiefs at Cowboys.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, how many Chiefs fans? What are we talking about? 30,000 people going to be rolling down I-35?
Well, so that in particular, for years, my brother is still a Cowboys fan. Same thing. 90s, Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Deion, the whole thing. I kind of made him that way, but I was never really a fan. I just realized I like Troy Aikman. I like number 8. So he's still a Cowboys fan. My dad was a Parcells guy, so Giants, Cowboys, followed Parcells around. And he's like, we've never been to Jerry World. Obviously, you're there in Kansas City with the Chiefs. When they play the Chiefs this year, we'll go to Jerry World. It's Thanksgiving. Like, it's not going to happen.
I know. Well, you're at the point where you have to do that.
I know.
The second it came out, I said, Jessica, this is the year. Sorry, family, we're ditching all of you.
Yeah, no,
we're out of here.
That's great.
Sorry, I've done 59 Thanksgivings all the same way. It's time to do one a little different.
Yeah.
Sorry, family.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
But it was all this. We had talked about it for years because you knew this was the year they would be at Dallas.
Yeah.
You knew just how they schedule it, division against division, and it was like, the 3 of us will meet. Dad's in the D.C. area and brothers in Boston. I'm here. We'll all meet in Dallas for a weekend and go to this game. I'm not going to be there on Thanksgiving. It's just not going to happen.
This one just kind of occurred to me when you said about the Dallas dynasty and their Super Bowls. The Chiefs are the first fun dynasty in NFL history. I mean, nobody liked the Patriots. At the end, Brady was throwing for big yards, and they were scoring some points, but he never had like a mark. He didn't have a Travis Kelce. Like Gronkowski was there a shorter period of time, right? Mm-hmm. So there were things, but all these other dynasties were run the ball, play defense, linebackers were their stars. They're all kind of the same. The game's changed now.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs are the first really entertaining, fun dynasty the NFL's ever had. Now, I think history will remember them very well because this was fun.
You would say, I know the game was different, but that Cowboys dynasty did not fit it?
I don't think so. I mean, go look at Troy Aikman's numbers.
Yeah.
He didn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
What did he throw for about $1.60 a game? I mean, it's low numbers. Hand the ball to Emmett, play defense.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 7, throw it to Irvin. That's it. I mean, their offense wasn't designed around Michael Irvin. It was okay, we got to get a first down, throw it to him.
Did the personalities around that team with Switzer and Jimmy Johnson and Jerry and, Nate Newton, guys like that, did that add anything to
for sure.
the charisma?
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the fame or the historic, precedent of what they did or who and what they were, because it was wild. They had the Dallas White House and all, all these other. And the Patriots were sort of known for the same sort of stuff. A lot of off-the-field things happen, and then the Brady-Belichick relationship at the end was we haven't had that yet here. We really haven't had that. What we've had for America, and we see it in the TV ratings, is love them or hate them, they're fun to watch. The games are all close. The Chiefs don't pound anybody.
Yeah.
Most often they're behind, and Mahomes pulls the rabbit out of the hat. It's just the most entertaining dynasty the Chiefs, the league, I think, has ever had.
And now you got this ESPN documentary coming this fall. And listen, they're also the most likable. If Travis Kelce had never hooked up with Taylor Swift, they are by far the most likable. But I still think they're the most likable. The only unlikable part is Kelce got a little political, and Taylor's obviously controversial, and now Trump's tweeting about Taylor again this morning, and, around and around we go.
I think there's a chance both of them, by the end of the Trump presidency, has concluded that both of them have either gotten completely out of politics or have become conservative.
Travis and Taylor?
Uh-huh. They're growing up. There's rumors, hey, we're going to have a kid. What's going to happen? People change.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift, of all people, I mean, she's like a billionaire. Mm-hmm. These tax policies, the things Trump's doing with intellectual property and China, these things have just begun. If Taylor Swift is watching Donald Trump, it is cutting right to the core of everything she believes in, except abortion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Separate it. I hate to tell this to our audience, but Donald Trump doesn't really care about abortion. He said, just send it back to the states. I don't want this issue.
Yeah.
Y'all figure out where you live, what's right for you. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. I love states' rights. So go for it. I don't understand it. Like Taylor Swift and her people hate Trump or Republicans simply over abortion and not much else.
Here's the amazing part. If Taylor does settle with Travis, if they get married, have the baby, do the whole thing, I wonder what that does to her brand, because her brand, the Swiftyism brand, is girl power. You don't need a man. You're good on your own. And that's how she raised a generation of young women. And if she goes back on that, what do? Do they all get married now?
2.0, you would assume that most of her fans are going to wind up getting married and having kids. Yeah. Most of them. You would think,
and
right?
They'll trend more conservative when that happens.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, there's my role model as a mom. Look at this sweet thing. And look at Brittany Mahomes and how she's changed in the short years that they've been here. She was one of the most despised people in Kansas City. She was terrible on social media. She was unlikable. There was nothing really. And now she's had babies with Patrick Mahomes. He's cut his hair. They're settling down. She's Team MAGA. Everybody loves Brittany Mahomes now.
You're right.
I mean, it is unbelievable what's happened with her.
That's a great example. Great example. Hey, man, have a great weekend. Wish me well. I'm 1-on-3 this weekend.
Go get him, buddy. Good luck.
I may be calling Kietzman for some help.
I'm expensive on the weekends. You better call the plumbing pro on that one, buddy.
That's fine. I will do that. Have a good one, my friend.
You too.
Kevin Kietzman, Uncanceled, coming up. If you missed Dan Hawkins, Mike Kehoe, any of that this morning, it will be up on the podcast, Apple, Spotify. We're back on Monday.